Harry retired at 52 with over $2 million using just 3 ETFs. His neighbor? Still working at 67 with 17 different investments and half the wealth. The difference wasn't intelligence or income. It was simplicity. While most Americans are drowning in mutual funds and target date funds, Harry built retirement wealth with a system so simple he checks it once a month. Here's what makes this interesting. These aren't the 3 ETFs you're thinking of. And the order you add them matters more than most advisors will tell you. By the end of this video, you'll understand the retirement triangle. 3 positions, 0 complexity, maximum compound growth. Quick disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor, this isn't personal investment advice, and past performance never guarantees future results. This is education to help you understand what's possible. Here's what we're covering. The 3 ETFs that solve the retirement killers: inflation erosion, income gaps, and panic selling during crashes. Plus, Harry's actual numbers over 15 years that proved this works. Let's start with the problem nobody talks about. In 2025, the average American has $88,000 saved for retirement. At the traditional 4% withdrawal rate, that's $3,520 per year, less than $300 per month. Harry at 37 had the opposite problem. He'd saved $180,000 across 12 different ETFs: growth, value, international, small cap, technology sectors. Sounds diversified, right? It was diversified into paralysis. His actual returns? 4.2% annually, barely beating inflation. Not because the ETFs were bad, but because Harry kept second-guessing himself. He'd see one underperform, sell it, buy something hot. 3 months later, repeat. The paradox of choice was destroying his wealth-building potential. That's when Harry did something radical. He asked one question: what do I actually need to retire wealthy? 3 answers emerged. Let me show you the first. Foundation. First, the broad base. Harry needed stability that still grows, not bonds barely keeping up with inflation. Real equity ownership with dividend income attached. Enter VYM, the Vanguard High-Dividend Yield Index Fund ETF. This became Harry's foundation for 3 specific reasons. First, diversification that actually means something. VYM holds 582 companies, not 12 like Harry's old portfolio. 582. If one company cuts its dividend, you barely feel it. The top holdings tell the story. Broadcom at 6.70%, JP Morgan Chase at 4.08%, ExxonMobil at 2.42%, Johnson & Johnson at 2.08%, Walmart at 2.06%. These aren't speculation plays. These are companies that have been paying shareholders for decades. Second, the yield is 2.49% on a trailing 12-month basis. This yield comes from 582 companies that have proven they can maintain payments through recessions. Sustainability beats size. Third, dividend growth. VYM has increased its dividend for 14 consecutive years. The dividend growth rate over 5 years is 4.11% annually. If Harry puts $100,000 into VYM at 2.49% yield, he receives $2,490 in year 1. With 4.11% annual dividend growth, year 10 pays $3,653. Year 15 pays $4,463. That's 79% more income from the same initial investment. 0 additional capital required. The expense ratio is 0.06%. For every $10,000 invested, you pay $6 annually. Over 30 years, that fee difference alone compounds to tens of thousands in your favor. This year, VYM is up 13.09%. Over 5 years, total return is 102.98%. That's doubling your money while collecting passive income quarterly. But here's what Harry discovered. Foundation alone isn't enough. You need protection against the silent retirement killer. The income amplifier, monthly cash flow. Inflation cuts your purchasing power in half every 24 years at 3%. Harry realized something critical at year 8. His VYM holdings paid quarterly. December, March, June, September. But in between, 3 months of zero dividend deposits. The psychological toll was real. Even though Harry knew money was coming, the gaps created doubt. That's when he discovered CDL, the Victory Shares US Large. Cap High Div? Volatility WTD ETF. This became his income amplifier. Monthly dividends change everything. CDL pays 3.25% yield on a trailing 12-month basis, higher than VYM. But the magic isn't just the yield, it's the frequency. Monthly distributions. Harry allocated $50,000 to CDL at 3.25% yield. That's $1,625 annually. Paid monthly, it's $135 every single month hitting his account. That consistency creates what behavioral finance experts call income visibility. When you see money flowing every 30 days, you trust the system. You don't panic sell during downturns. CDL holds 102 companies with volatility-weighted dividend strength. The largest sector exposure is utilities at 25.16%, consumer defensive at 20.76%. These are recession-resistant businesses. Electric companies, food producers, healthcare. Top holdings include Evergy at 1.78%, Seagate Technology at 1.62%, Johnson & Johnson at 1.50%, WEC Energy Group at 1.50%, and CME Group at 1.48%. No single position dominates. The expense ratio is 0.35%. You're paying for that monthly distribution infrastructure and volatility weighting methodology. This year, CDL is up 6.99%. Over 5 years, total return is 101.78%, doubling your money while receiving monthly passive income streams. But Harry's portfolio still had a gap. He had stability, he had monthly cash flow. What he didn't have was aggressive growth for the future. That's where the third position changes everything. The growth engine, dividend compounding. Harry's advisor showed him something that seemed backwards. An ETF with lower current yield but higher long-term wealth potential. Enter SCHD, the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF. This became Harry's growth engine. SCHD yields 3.80% on a trailing 12-month basis, sitting between VYM and CDL. But here's the difference. SCHD focuses on dividend growth over current yield. The fund has increased its dividend for 13 consecutive years. The 5-year dividend growth rate is 10.38% annually. Compare that to VYM's 4.11%. Let me show you the math that convinced Harry. $100,000 in SCHD at 3.80% yield with 10.38% annual dividend growth. Year 1 pays $3,800. Year 10 pays $9,429. Year 20 pays $23,412. That's 516% more income in year 20 compared to year 1. Compare that to a static 3.80% yield with zero growth. Year 20 still pays $3,800. Over 20 years, SCHD's growing dividend delivers $187,000 in total distributions. The static yield delivers $76,000. That's $111,000 difference from growth alone. SCHD holds 103 companies selected for dividend growth quality. Top holdings include AbbVie at 4.13%, ConocoPhillips at 4.10%, Chevron at 4.07%, Cisco Systems at 4.02%, and Lockheed Martin at 4.01%. These are companies that grow dividends even during recessions. The expense ratio matches VYM at 0.06%. Schwab built this to compete directly with Vanguard on cost. Here's where it gets interesting for 2025. SCHD is up only 2.46% this year, underperforming both VYM and CDL significantly. Harry did the opposite of most investors. He added more. Why? Because the companies inside SCHD are still growing their dividends. The fund's underperformance this year created a buying opportunity for long-term dividend compounding. Over 5 years, SCHD's total return is 79.25%. That dividend growth rate of 10.38% means future income accelerates. Now here's where Harry initially got it wrong. The allocation secret. Life stage matters. Harry split them equally at first. 33% each. Seemed logical. Also wrong. Different life stages need different emphasis. Ages 25 to 40. 50% SCHD for maximum dividend compounding. 30% VYM for foundation. 20% CDL for monthly income habit. Ages 40 to 55. 40% VYM as stability grows critical. 35% SCHD still compounding. 25% CDL as income scales. Ages 55 and beyond. 45% CDL for monthly cash flow. 35% VYM for foundation. 20% SCHD to maintain growth. Harry started at 37 with 50% SCHD, 30% VYM, 20% CDL. By 52, he'd shifted to 25% SCHD, 40% VYM, 35% CDL. Because his life stage changed, he needed less growth, more reliable income. This is the retirement triangle in action. 3 positions that shift emphasis as you age. Let's see Harry's actual results. Harry's 15-year proof. Starting position at age 37. $180,000 portfolio, averaging 4.2% annual returns across 12 ETFs. He liquidated everything. Restarted with $180,000 in 3 ETFs using age-appropriate allocation. Every quarter, dividends hit his account. He reinvested them automatically. No thinking, no timing. Pure compounding. Ending position at age 52. Portfolio value reached $2,147,000. Average annual return of 11.8%. Combining appreciation and reinvested dividends. Current monthly dividend income, $5,250. Annual passive income, $63,000 without touching principal. Harry stopped contributing new money at age 47. The last 5 years were pure compounding. From age 37 to 47, Harry contributed $2,000 monthly beyond his initial $180,000. 10 years added $240,000. Total capital invested, $420,000. From $420,000 to $2,147,000 in 15 years. That's $1,727,000 in investment gains and compounded dividends. The 3 ETFs didn't just grow his wealth, they protected it. During the 2020 crash, VYM's diversification softened the blow. CDL's monthly income proved the system worked. SCHD's companies kept growing dividends while markets panicked. Harry never panic sold, never upgraded to a hot new fund, never convinced himself he needed a 4th ETF. The real lesson: simplicity compounds. 3 ETFs. 1 strategy, 15 years. That formula created financial independence. Harry checks his portfolio once a month now, takes 15 minutes, confirms dividends deposited, reinvests automatically, sleeps perfectly. Your retirement savings strategy isn't complicated. You're just being sold complication. The financial industry profits from complexity. Every new product, every improved fund. They make money when you trade and second guess. Harry's wealth came from doing the opposite. Buying 3 positions, holding them, letting compound interest work over decades. Start with 1. VYM gives you the foundation. Add CDL when you understand monthly income flow. Add SCHD when you grasp dividend growth power. The goal isn't 3 ETFs. The goal is freedom. The 3 ETFs are just the vehicle. Want to see how this works with your numbers? I've linked a compound interest calculator in the description. Plug in your age and current savings. Run the math. Harry's sitting on a beach right now, 52 years old. $5,250 hitting his account every month. 3 ETFs, zero regret. That could be your story. All it takes is simplicity, discipline, and time.